Welcome, everyone. In this video, we are going to be diving into Season 13 of Pokemon Go Battle League. Finally, the announcement has come. I was expecting it to come tomorrow, which is Tuesday at the time of recording, but it dropped today. So we're going to dive into all of the new updates for Season 13 of Pokemon Go Battle League. Looks to be pretty interesting. We have some very nice move updates. So without further ado, let's dive right into this, guys. So Go Battle League, Mythical Wishes. The start date will be this coming Thursday, December 1st, at the normal time that leagues typically reset. So you will be getting your rewards, and be sure to pop a star piece for some extra Stardust, guys, with those rewards. Let's have a look at the schedule here. Pretty standard. We've got some old leagues, or excuse me, old cups returning, and some new cups making their debuts this season. So, as per tradition, we always kick off every new season with the Great League, and the corresponding cup will be the Great League Remix. And there are some new bands on this season's band list for the Great League Remix. So that'll be exciting. And week 2, we will also have the Great League along with the Fighting Cup Great League Remix Edition. So there will be some bands for this coming Fighting Cup. Be interesting to see. And then we've got the Ultra League rotation with the Ultra Premier Classic returning, and the Holiday Cup Great League Edition. Always a solid cup. One of my favorites, right up there with the Halloween Cup. I always enjoy the Holiday Cup, and that will be very fun. And Master League rotation, we've got a new league, Holiday Cup Ultra League Edition. So much like last season where we had the Halloween Cup Ultra League Edition, we will now have a Holiday Cup Ultra League Edition. So that will be fun as well. And as with all Master League rotations, we do get 3 times Stardust rewards, so that'll be very nice. You can never have enough Stardust, in my humble opinion. And I don't know if this is a mistake here, but the second week of the Master League rotation, they will be carrying over the Halloween Cup Ultra League Edition. So usually they have 1 week of a particular cup, and then they rotate another cup in. So as of now, it looks like they're going to have just 2 weeks straight of the Open Master League and the Ultra League Holiday Cup Edition. So it'll be interesting to see if that sticks. Like I said, usually they will rotate another cup in, but very interesting. And then we will have all 3 leagues between January 12th and January 19th. That is always nice to see. And then on the second Great League rotation, we will obviously have the Great League along with the Weather Cup Great League Edition. That's an interesting one. We will go over that cup in a little bit. Kind of reminds me of the Fossil Cup a little bit, but not quite the same. And on the second week of the second Great League rotation, we've got a new cup, the Electric Cup Great League Edition. So that'll be interesting to see. As the name implies, I would imagine only electric type Pokemon are allowed. Shocker. But yeah, so second Ultra League rotation, we will have the Ultra Premier, not to be confused with the Ultra Premier Classic. This is the original Ultra Premier. So all that means is that no legendaries, no mythicals. So basically, no Giratina, no Cresselia, no Registeel, no Tapu Fini. But all of the XLs are allowed. Just no legendaries, no mythicals. Pretty straightforward. And then we've got the Love Cup returning. That's always a very interesting one. Only pink or red Pokemon are allowed. And there is a list that they do provide with which Pokemon qualify. And on the final 2 weeks of the season, we've got the Master League along with the Master Premier. Still no Master League Classic, no level 40 Master League, it seems. That is a thing of the past. We have not seen it in quite some time, and I'm not sure they're going to be bringing it back. So very sad to see, but we must evolve with the times, I would say. So we'll have the Master Premier. No, excuse me, not Master Premier Classic, just regular Master Premier. So The Premier Cups are always fun. And on the final week, yet again, only Master League along with the Hoenn Cup this time around. So not some wacky Catch Cup. Doesn't seem like the Catch Cup is making a return this season, which is kind of nice. I think the Catch Cup, although very interesting concept, in practice, interesting in theory, but in practice it falls a little flat. So we've got the Hoenn Cup instead. So it'll be nice to have a smaller league for those of us who may not have Master League Pokemon at our disposal. So very fun schedule. We've got some old cups returning and some new cups making their debuts. Always a fun time. And for the Go Battle Days, the first one will take place Saturday, January 14th, 2023, from noon. And it's a full day, full 24 hours. And for the bonuses, we get 4 times Stardust rewards, pretty standard. The maximum number of sets you can have are 20, as with all Go Battle Days. And guys, this is amazing. I'm so happy that they're doing this with the new way that they are doing Go Battle Days. You have the ability to get an Elite Charge TM. So if nothing at all, just play to get that Elite Charge TM. You can never have enough of those. And the active leagues will be the Open Great League, Open Ultra League, and Open Masters. So an amazing Go Battle Day for the first one this coming season. That is amazing. I have 0 complaints there. For the second Go Battle Day, it'll be a Vulpix Go Battle Day, much like in the past where we had Seal in one, and this past season we had Miltank. Holy smokes, Miltank! So this season we will have Vulpix. You're gonna get your standard Stardust rewards, standard Go Battle Day, and it will feature Vulpix catch encounters. And this one comes with a little caveat. Because you can evolve that Vulpix during that time frame into a Kanto Ninetales that knows Ember. So you don't have to use an Elite TM if you don't have an Ember Ninetales. That Go Battle Day might be the time to cash in. And the leagues will be Ultra League, and it says Willpower Cup here, but if we look, that seems to be a typo. So that's going to be the Love Cup. If we look here, February 12th, yeah, that falls under the Love Cup Great League Edition. So typo there, but no big deal. We can just look at the schedule and see that it will be the Love Cup along with the Ultra League. So not too bad there. And we've got the rewards. A lot of the same from previous seasons. Of course, that Pikachu Libre is still there once you hit Legend. Always a nice addition to the Pokédex. And pretty standard rewards here. Nothing too jaw-dropping here, guys, I must say. So for the sake of time, we're going to head on down here. And looks like sort of a new pose. We've had this pose in the past. I believe it was from Season 4. We had the Steven Stone post. Maybe Season 4 or Season 5. You guys can let me know in the comments. But it looks like they're sort of revamping that pose. It's always a fun pose. Steven Stone, always one of my favorites from the anime. But it is just animated now. So I love the animated poses. So that's the new pose for Season 13 of Go Battle League. Pretty cool pose. So the previous one was just a static pose where you were just there with your arm extended like that. But it looks like they are revamping it, and it is now animated. Always fun. I love the animated poses. And you get the Elite TMs as with all seasons. So let's have a look at these cups here, guys. That's the most one of the more exciting aspects of new seasons along with move updates. So let's look at this. We've got the remix. Got some new bans here. Licky Tongue is now apparently going to be banned. Lantern will be banned as well. Let's see here. The usual suspects for bans. I think the newer ones are going to be Licky Tongue and Lantern. I don't see anything else that wasn't banned last Remix Cup. Pretty standard. Venusaur is banned. I know Venusaur was used quite a bit, particularly in those grass double steel lines, but I think it maybe should have had Victory Bell in this place here. I saw a lot more Victory Bells than I did Venusaur, but I guess Venusaur was used more than Victory Bell. Go figure. Great League Remix. These are the bands here. Pretty standard. I didn't see too many Talonflames. I guess it's ELO specific. It does start at Ace. So I guess a lot of people at those lower ELOs do use their Talonflames and Venusaurs quite a bit. But I can't complain. It's pretty standard. Makes a lot of sense there. So those are the bands for the remix. And then we've got the Ultra League. They're explaining Ultra League. Very fun. Ultra Premier, like I said, no mythicals, no legendaries. So basically they are banning Giratina, Cresselia, Tapu Fini, Registeel, Deoxys. Those are not allowed. And neither are the Ultra Beasts. So we cannot use our new Ultra Beasts that we all just got just yesterday. Bummer. That you can always go back into the Open Ultra League, though, if you want to use your Ultra Beast and your legendaries. But for Ultra Premier, they are banned. And Ultra Premier Classic, all of the same bands as Ultra Premier with the addition of XL. So no XLs. Pretty standard. We know about those. And Master Classic. Yep, pretty standard there for Master Premier Classic. We've got the Master League Mega Edition. This is exciting. This is super cool, guys. A lot of us have been wanting the ability to use Megas in the Open Master League for a very long time. They kind of teased it. Not last season, but I believe the season before last season. They teased it a little bit. They let us experience it a little bit, and I would imagine the feedback was very positive enough for them to bring back an entire week of Megas in the Master League, which I am very excited for. I don't see why you shouldn't be able to use Megas. I know a lot of them are very overpowered, but so are those legendaries. I think it kind of adds a nice little sprinkle of fun, I would say. So, and if you get tired of that, you can always just go back into the Open Master League where there are no Megas. So very nice, very exciting. I'm glad that they did that. Give us an opportunity to use our Megas in outside of raids. So that's never a bad thing. And now we've got this Fighting Cup, Great League Remix Edition. So basically the same Fighting Cup, but it's the remix. So there are some bans here. They're going to be banning the dragons. Oops. Whoa. I didn't realize you could do that. They're banning those overpowered dragons with Dragon Tail. Those were quite strong in the Fighting Cup. This here, I think, is another slight typo or mistake. I think they meant to put Toxicroak here, but that remains to be seen. We don't know, but for some reason, Skorupi is banned. And it has always been banned because it's not a fighting type. So I would imagine they meant to put Toxicroak here. And then Buzzwole and Sneasler are also banned because they do resist fighting type damage, much like Toxicroak, which I believe is what they meant to put here. Obviously, Scroopy. It's not a fighting type. So a slight typo there. No big deal. What else? Holiday Cup Great League, same classic Holiday Cup, one of my favorites. Only normal, grass, electric, ice, flying, and ghost type are eligible. I think that's super cool. Always one of my favorite cups, one of the more balanced specialty cups that you will see in a Pokemon Go Battle League, so very fun. And they're bringing in an Ultra League edition. That'll also be a lot of fun. I like that they are mixing up the Ultra League format a little bit with these specialty cups, so should be a lot of fun there. And we've got the new Weather Cup. It's going to take place in the Great League format, max CP limit of 1,500 or less. And only fire, water, ice, and rock type Pokemon are eligible. So, like I said, kind of similar to the Fossil Cup, but the meta is a little bit more broad, I would say. So that'll be interesting to see. And we've got the Electric Cup, brand new cup. Very similar to the Fighting Cup and the Psychic Cup. We've got an Electric Cup now, and it's going to take place at the Great League format, 1,500 CP or less. And as the name implies, only electric type Pokemon are allowed. but there are a couple of bans. They're banning Stunfisk. Unova, the original Unova Stunfisk, will not be allowed for obvious reasons, guys. It would be unstoppable. It is a ground type with access to Mud Shot and Mud Bomb. Can you imagine? So that makes a lot of sense. They're banning that, of course. And this says Charge-a-Bug. Holy smokes. So many typos in this update. I hope they fix that. But I think they meant not Charge-a-Bug, but Vikavolt, the evolution of Charge-a-Bug. And the reason why it's not Charge-a-Bug is because it doesn't make sense. The reason why it's Vikavolt is because Vikavolt, for those of you who may be unfamiliar, has access to Mud Slap, guys. Another overpowered that would break the meta. So this, I believe, highly 99% sure they meant Vikavolt, the evolution of Charge-a-Bug. So I would be shocked to see if this sticks. I 99% sure it's Vikavolt with a Mud Slap. So very interesting. Electric Cup, one of those similar cups as we saw in the past, like with the Psychic Cup and Fighting Cup. And we've got the Love Cup coming back right around Valentine's Day as per tradition. And I guess, yeah, we can look at the list here, guys. This is the list of Pokemon that meet the criteria that are considered red. And we've got the pink ones here as well. So very nice. Typical standard Love Cup there. And we've got the Hoenn Cup making its debut, and as the name implies, only Pokemon first discovered in the Hoenn region are allowed, much like with the Sinnoh Cup and the Hisui Cup. We had a Johto Cup. We now have a Hoenn Cup, which will be interesting to see. And now, my favorite part of the updates, guys, the move updates. We got some more move updates with Season 13. Very much appreciated. So we've got some nerfs here. Another typo here. Holy smokes. How many typos are we at this point, guys? I think they were rushing to get this thing out. And they've got Wing Attack here. And if I can make my best guess, an educated guess, I would imagine they meant Feather Dance. That's the only flying type attack that has a 100% chance to lower your opponent's attack. They put Wing Attack, guys. Obviously, Wing Attack is a fast attack, and it cannot lower your opponent's attack. I think they meant, Feather Dance here. So hopefully they update that soon. But if my educated guess and speculation is correct, Feather Dance will no longer have a guaranteed chance to lower your attack. We don't know what the percentage would be. Maybe they will lower it to, I don't know, 75% or so, or whatever they lowered Zap Cannon to, I would imagine would be that. And Poison Fang's getting a nerf. I've got some mixed feelings on this one, guys, because obviously they are trying to nerf Nidoqueen indirectly. But it also hurts some other Pokemon that have access to this, most notably Crobat, guys. Crobat's going to probably fall out of the Ultra League metas, and Golbat to an extent as well. But mostly Crobat, I think, is the biggest casualty to this nerf to Poison Fang here, because it's going to take this thing five air slashes to get to a Poison Fang. That's a little much. I thought 4 was balanced, but they're trying to nerf Nidoqueen indirectly by nerfing Poison Fang. But so now I would imagine, I said 5, but that's speculative, guys. I would imagine it'll go from a 35 energy cost to 40. That's typically about what they do. So now Nidoqueen doesn't get to it in 5 of its poison jabs. It will now be 6. That's my speculation there. We won't know until it gets data mined. And they're nerfing Charm. I think the overwhelming majority of us don't mind seeing this at all, guys. We might see less double charm teams. Those toxic double charm teams might fall by the wayside a little bit, as it does get a slight nerf to Charm. It's no longer going to do 16 damage. It will now go down to 15. I think that makes a difference. It's not too extreme. It's just they're just lowering it by one. It'll still be plenty strong. It'll still be quite strong even with this nerf. But any nerf to Charm, I think, is quite nice to see. So not too much there. Just a couple of nerfs. And new Pokemon getting new moves. This is exciting, guys. Litleo and its evolution Pyroar are now going to have access to Incinerate, which is very, very interesting. Litleo was always pretty strong in the specialty cups, most notably the if you XL it and put it in the Holiday Cup, it can put in some work there, so that'll be interesting. It also had a lot of play in the little cup formats, so now it has Incinerate. That is awesome because it has an amazing charge move pool and Crunch and Flame Charge. And the same goes for its evolution Pyroar, guys. Pyroar is now going to see a lot of play. I wouldn't say that it will be hardcore meta. I think it'll be on the fringes. It'll go from being irrelevant to being a decent off-meta pick, I would say, for Pyroar. It's got slightly below average bulk, I would say. And it's going to have a similar dynamic as something like, let's say, Incineroar would have, although Incineroar is bulkier than Pyroar. But Pyroar has access to Dark Pulse, Solar Beam. It has access to Overheat, so this thing is going to be quite interesting, particularly in the Ultra League formats. I don't think it has any play whatsoever in the Great League, so this one's very interesting. I do have a solid Pyroar that I will be interested to try now that it has Incinerate. Sudowoodo, Aggron, and Tyrantrum and Aurorus now have access to Meteor Beam. I don't think this is too game-changing for these three. Aurorus could be interesting because it can charge fast enough to make a difference and get to that Meteor Beam at a pretty reasonable rate. I think for Tyrantrum, you're still going to stick with the conventional movesets. And the same goes for these two. Maybe Aggron. I still think Stone Edge would be the way to go for Aggron, but all of these Pokemon now have Meteor Beam, which will be very interesting. And Dusclops, Golurk, and Gourgeist now have access to Poltergeist. That does not make any difference whatsoever for these Pokemon. It's not going to change anything. I think you still want to go with Shadow Ball. I think just for raiding, but these three Pokemon are not good for raids anyways, so that doesn't make much of a difference for them. I think what they just needed to have done was update Poltergeist. I think if they just lowered the energy cost from 80 to 75, that might have changed things a little bit. Sort of similar to like a Focus Blast, something like that. But they just kept the energy cost at the same that it was, which I think is just a little too high, especially if the Pokemon have access, if they already have access to Shadow Ball, that's just the way to go. So nothing too game-changing there for those. Galarian, Rapidash, Piloswine, and Mamoswine now have access to high horsepower. That is amazing. That's interesting. The reason why it's interesting is because for these two, it's a strict upgrade, guys. Before this update, their ground attack with Stab was Bulldoze. And the reason why it's a strict upgrade is because high horsepower has the same energy cost as Bulldoze, only it does a lot more base damage. So strict upgrade here for these two. I would imagine Mamoswine will be a little bit more playable. It's playable now in the Open Master, but it'll be even more playable with this update. And Piloswine, we'll see some more play in the specialty cups like the Holiday Cup, I would imagine, and maybe even as an XL for you mad lads out there that are daring enough to build one of these as an XL. So very interesting. Galarian Rapidash, it just makes its charge move pool even better. It can now fight back against steel types. So it now has steel type coverage, which is amazing. And last but not least, we've got Galarian, Weezing, and Ampharos both getting access to Brutal Swing. That is super exciting. Galarian Weezing already had an amazing charge move pool. This makes it even better. It can now fight back against psychic types and ghost types, which is amazing. And Ampharos. This is a bit of a game changer for Ampharos. Ampharos has its most has the most play in the Open Ultra League and in the Ultra League formats. So that's where it's relevant. And giving it Brutal Swing now gives it a lot more coverage up against Pokemon like Cresselia and Giratina, which is amazing. Ampharos might become full-on meta with this update. That's amazing for a Pokemon like Ampharos. So very exciting, guys. And that about wraps it up for the highlights on this coming season of Go Battle League. It'll be very exciting. Had a few typos here and there, but luckily I would say I'm knowledgeable enough to fill in the gaps here, so not too big of a deal. As far as the move updates, not too bad. They didn't go overboard. They didn't skimp, so I can't complain with these. Pretty nice to see. So that about wraps it up, guys. Should be fun. And again, it drops this coming Thursday at the typical time that leagues typically reset. I'm excited. Should be a lot of fun. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching and keep up the grind.